are back again. This is with our Soil Erosion Design Challenge. So this is, of course, with our geology unit. And this is my friend Kurt Blocker.
Hello.
Kurt teaches science lab at an elementary school here in Greenville County, and he is also my partner in Plus. So maybe if you change grade levels and you do Plus again, you'll get to be with Kurt.
Fourth or fifth.
He's my science hero. He is my answer. So what happens with this challenge for students is I present them with the problem that Mr. Jones just bought a piece of property and he wants to plant a garden. And so this is the model for his piece of land. But every time it rains, his plants get washed away. The student's job is to design a way to save Mr. Jones's garden. So in the beginning, I demo what happens to the garden. So we have the garden here. Oh, and Mr. Jones lives in an area with very sandy soil, connecting back to the social studies, the regions of the South Carolina. And so we could say, where do you think Mr. Jones bought property? Oh, the Low Country. So here's what happens when it rains on Mr. Jones's farm. And I just going to gently move it back and forth so they can see how the rain affects the sand. I might have done my sand a little thick here, but oh no, there we go. We're getting. So I'm not sure, you can see there's a little bit of erosion here on our land, and the water is carrying the soil away. But the problem then is we don't just get nice rain showers here in South Carolina, we get lots of storms. So here is our floodwater. And our floodwater has washed away a good portion of Mr. Jones's soil. So once I demo what is happening to Mr. Jones's land, and I will suggest that you not use quite as much sand at the bottom as I did, but the student should see, it should form a clear visual that the land is being washed away. So their job now is to design a way to keep Mr. Jones's soil intact. And in this case, I would have available for them, because we've discussed this, they have a little bit of knowledge. I would have some red clay from here in the upstate, a bag of potting soil, and then we would go outside and they could collect any materials that they think they might need. So, and then they would come back and they're going to build, sorry, I skipped a very important step. They're going to plan their build first. This is always a huge, huge piece, is taking that time to make the kids, because they want to come back and they just want to start building, instead of having a real idea in their head. Whether you let them gather materials first or plan first, it's up to you. But having them plan it out from the beginning is a key component here. Let them plan and then test. To conduct the test, I don't mention that they could use other types of soil. They're just kind of there. Somebody might say, oh, could we add this? Because the goal would be for them to realize that if we added some topsoil, that would help. And then of course, there's other ways like tiering the land, digging a ditch, creating a path that the water tends to flow, etc. And then they would test. To make your rain and storm, I used styrofoam cups because they were much easier. I took a small nail and pushed through the bottom here, and then a larger nail here. But there are the same number of holes on both cups, keeping the control. Not something you necessarily have to bring up to the kids, but someone might say, well, you have more holes. And you can say, nope, that's the same. Same amount of holes, just different size. Flood and the rain.